Welcome, people, back to my battle series. Today we're on part 18, so we're on Genesis chapter 18. Here it is. A son is promised to Sarah. The Lord appeared again to Abraham near the oak grove belonging to Mamre. One day, Abraham was sitting at the entrance to his tent. During the hardest part of the day, he looked up and noticed 3 men standing nearby. When he saw them, he ran to meet them and welcomed them, bowing low to the ground. "My lord," he says, "if it pleases you, stop here for a while. Rest in the shades of this tree while water is brought to wash your feet. And since you honor your servant with this visit, let me prepare some food to refresh you before you continue on your journey." "Alright," we said. "Do as you have said." So Abraham ran back to the tent and said to Sarah, "Hurry, get 3 large measures of your best flour, knead it into dough, and bake some bread." Then Abraham ran out to the herd and chose a tender calf and gave it to his servant, who quickly prepared it. When the food was ready, Abraham took some yogurt and milk and the roasted beef, and he served this to the men. As they ate, Abraham waited on them in the shade of the trees. Where's Sarah, her wife?" the visitors asked. "She's inside the tent," Abraham replied. Then one of them said, "I will return to you about this time next year, and your wife Sarah will have a son." Sarah was listening to this conversation from the tent. Abraham and Sarah were both very old at this time, and Sarah was long past the age of having children. So she laughed to herself silently and said, "How could a worn-out woman like me enjoy such pleasure, especially when my master, my husband, is also so old?" The Lord said to Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh? Why did she say, 'Can an old woman like me have a baby?' Is anything too hard for her?" I'm sorry, I'm so sick. "Is anything too hard for the Lord? I'll return about this time next year, and Sarah will have a son." Sarah was afraid, so she denied it, saying, "I didn't laugh." The Lord said, No, you did laugh." Abraham intercedes for Sodom. Then the men got up from their meal and looked out towards Sodom. As they left, Abraham went with them to send them on their way. "Should I have my plan from Abraham?" the Lord asked. "For Abraham will certainly become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth will be blessed through him. I have singled him out so that he will direct his sons and their families to keep the way of the Lord by doing what is right and just. Then I will do for Abraham all that I have promised." So the Lord told Abraham, "I have heard a great outcry from Sodom and Gomorrah, because their sins is so flagrant. I am going down to see if their actions are as wicked as I have heard. If not, I want to know." Then our men turned and headed towards Sodom. The Lord remained with Abraham. Abraham approached them and said, "Will you sweep away both the righteous and the wicked? Suppose you find 50 righteous people living there in the city. Will you still sweep it away and not spare it for their sakes? Surely you wouldn't do such a thing, destroying the righteous along with the wicked. You will be treating the righteous and the wicked exactly the same. Surely you wouldn't do that. Should not the judge of the earth do what is right?" And the Lord replied, "If I find 50 righteous people in Sodom, I will spare the entire city for their sake." Then Abraham spoke again. "Since I have begun, let me speak further to my Lord, even though I am but a dust and ashes. Suppose there are 45 righteous people rather than 50. Will you destroy the whole city for the lack of 5? And the Lord said, "I will not destroy it if I find 45 righteous people there." Then Abraham pressed his request further. "Suppose there are only 40. And the Lord replied, "I will not destroy it for the sake of 40. Please don't be angry, my Lord," Abraham pleaded. "Let me speak. Suppose only 30 righteous people are found." And the Lord replied, "I will not destroy it if I find 30. I'm very confused what's going on here. Then Abraham said, "Since I have dared to speak to the Lord, let me continue. Suppose there are only 20. And the Lord replied, "I will not destroy it for the sake of the 20. Finally, Abraham said, Lord, please don't be angry with me if I speak one more time. Suppose only 10 are found there. And the Lord replied, that I will not destroy for the sake of the 10. When the Lord had finished his conversation with Abraham, he went on his way, and Abraham returned to his tent. That was interesting. Okay, that went down to 50 to 10 people. Okay. I really enjoyed that. I hope you did too. And come back tomorrow for chapter 19. Sodom and Gomorrah are destroyed. Thanks for listening. God bless.